Hello everyone, I Hiral Popania. Today in this video lecture, we are going to discuss about beta oxidation of the fatty acids. The beta oxidation. Beta oxidation may be defined as the oxidation of the fatty acid on the beta carbon atom. The carbon atom where the alpha, beta, gamma, theta, the oxidation at the beta carbon, they are known as the beta oxidation of the fatty acid. This result in the sequential removal of the two carbons fragment, that is the acetyl coenzyme A. Stages and the tissues in beta oxidation of fatty acid. There are three stages in that: the activation of the fatty acids in cytosol, transport of fatty acids in mitochondria, beta oxidation proper in mitochondrial matrix. These are the three stages where the beta oxidation occur. The fatty acids, they are oxidized by the most of tissues in our body, mainly brain, erythrocytes, adrenal medulla cannot utilize the fatty acid for energy requirement. So the three stages, there is activation of fatty acids in cytosol. Then from the cytosol, they are transferred the fatty acid into the mitochondria, and the oxidation occur in the mitochondrial matrix. The most of the tissues, they are utilize the energy from the fatty acid oxidation, where the brain, erythrocyte and adrenal medulla, they cannot utilize the energy by the fatty acid oxidation. The fatty acid activation. First, the fatty acid activation taking place in the cytoplasm. The fatty acid, they are activated by the acyl coenzyme A by thiokinase enzyme or the acyl coenzyme A synthetase enzyme. The reaction occurs in the mainly two steps. Require the energy in form of the ATP, then the coenzyme A and the magnesium. The fatty acid react with the ATP to form acyl adenylate, which combine with the coenzyme A and produce the acyl coenzyme A. The first stage, that is the fatty acid activation. The fatty acid activation taking place in the cytoplasm. This fatty acid activated by the acyl coenzyme A by thiokinase enzyme or the acyl coenzyme A synthetase. Mainly this reaction occurs in the two steps, and requirement for these steps, there is energy, coenzyme A and the magnesium. Two high energy phosphate, they are utilized, and the ATP that is converted into the pyrophosphate. The pyrophosphate, they hydrolyze the PPI to the phosphate one. The elimination of this pyrophosphate make this reaction totally irreversible. That means the activation of the fatty acids, this reaction, that is the irreversible one. Thiokinase enzyme. There are three different enzymes which are for the short chain, for the medium chain one and the long chain fatty acid one. So thiokinase enzyme, they are available in the three different one, the for short chain also, medium chain and the long chain. The small chain fatty acid may be activated by the thiophorase enzyme using a succinyl coenzyme A. Here the steps of the activation of the fatty acid to acyl coenzyme A. First, fatty acid with the help of thiokinase, in the presence of the energy, they are converted into the acyl adenylate, and from the acyl adenylate, that is converted into the acyl coenzyme A. Next, transport of the acyl coenzyme A into the mitochondria. The inner mitochondrial membrane, that is the impermeable to the fatty acid. The specialized system, that is the Carnitine carrier system, that operate to the transport of the activated fatty acid to the mitochondria. This carnitine, that is the beta hydroxy gamma trimethyl amino butyrate, synthesized by the lysine and the methionine in liver and the kidney. The transport of the acyl coenzyme A into mitochondria with the help of the carnitine system, that is the carnitine subtle pathway. Mainly the inner mitochondrial membrane, that is the impermeable to the fatty acids. So the carnitine carrier system, they are help to transfer the activated fatty acids to the mitochondria. The carnitine, that is chemically beta hydroxy gamma trimethyl amino butyrate, and this is the synthesized by the amino acid lysine and the methionine in mainly liver and the kidney. Stages. The first stage in the carnitine system, the acyl group of the acyl coenzyme A, that is transferred to the carnitine, catalyzed by the carnitine acyl transferase 1, which is present in the outer surface of inner mitochondrial membrane. The first stage in that, the acyl group of the acyl coenzyme A, that is transferred into the carnitine, and the enzyme, that is the carnitine acyl transferase 1, that is the CAT1, which is present in the surface of inner mitochondrial membrane. Now this acyl carnitine is transported across the membrane to the mitochondrial matrix by the carrier protein. This carrier protein, that is the translocase. The third stage, that is the carnitine acyl transferase 2. This acyl transferase 2 is found in the inner surface of the inner mitochondrial membrane, and they convert into the acyl carnitine to acyl coenzyme A. The carnitine release return to the cytosol for reuse by the translocase. The steps in the carnitine transport system. First, acyl group of the acyl coenzyme A, that is transferred to the carnitine with the help of carnitine acyl transferase enzyme 1, and by that this acyl carnitine, that is transferred by the protein, specific protein, that is the translocase, transferred to the inner mitochondrial membrane. In the inner mitochondrial membrane, carnitine acyl transferase enzyme 2 is present. They convert the acyl carnitine to acyl coenzyme A, and this carnitine, that is released and returned to the cytosol for the reuse. Here is the diagram of the carnitine subtle pathway. In that, the acyl coenzyme A, that is transfer the acyl group, the carnitine, with the help of the carnitine acyl transferase enzyme 1, which is present in the outer membrane of the mitochondrial. The acyl carnitine, they are transferred to the specific protein with the translocase. This acyl group from the carnitine, they are transferred to the acyl coenzyme A with the help of carnitine acyl transferase 2, which is present in the inner mitochondrial matrix. So this is the carnitine subtle pathway where the acyl coenzyme A that enter into the mitochondria. Next, beta oxidation profile. Each cycle of the beta oxidation liberate 2 carbon moiety, that is the acetyl coenzyme A, and occurs in the 4 reactions. The first, oxidation, hydration, oxidation, and the cleavage. The beta oxidation cycle, they liberate the 2 carbon moiety at the end, that is the acetyl coenzyme A, and they occurs in the sequence of the 4 reaction: oxidation, hydration, oxidation, and the cleavage. First, oxidation. Acyl coenzyme A undergo the dehydrogenation by the FAD dependent flavoenzyme acyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase, A double bond is formed between the alpha and the beta carbon. The acyl coenzyme A that undergo the dehydrogenation by the help of FAD dependent flavoenzyme in acyl coenzyme A dehydrogenation. Next, hydration. Next, enollyl coenzyme A hydratase bring about the hydration of the double bond to form the beta hydroxyacyl coenzyme A. The double bond which is formed in the first reaction of the oxidation between the alpha carbon and the beta carbon, in that the hydration of this double bond occurs in the hydration stage, and it gives the beta hydroxyacyl coenzyme A. Next, oxidation. The beta hydroxyacyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase catalyze the second oxidation and generate the NADH. The product form, that is the beta ketoacyl coenzyme A. After the hydration, the beta hydroxyacyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase enzyme oxidize the reaction and generate the NADH, and the product which is gives the beta ketoacyl coenzyme A. Fourth reaction, that is the cleavage one. The final reaction in that the beta oxidation which liberate the two carbon fragments, that is the acetyl coenzyme A, from the acetyl coenzyme A. This occurs by the thiolytic cleavage catalyzed by the beta ketoacyl coenzyme A, that is the thiolase. The newly acyl coenzyme A containing the two carbon less than the original one and re-enters the beta oxidation cycle, and process continues till fatty acid is completely oxidized. That means after the getting of the acetyl coenzyme A, two moiety of that acetyl coenzyme A in one cycle, the removal of the acyl coenzyme A, newly acyl coenzyme A, which has the two carbon less than the original one, then again it's re-enter into the again beta oxidation cycle. That means oxidation, hydration, oxidation and the cleavage, until this process gives the complete oxidation of the fatty acid. Here is the pathway of beta oxidation of fatty acid. First of all, the activation of the fatty acid. In that fatty acid, they activate into the acyl coenzyme A with the help of the thiokinase enzyme. The fatty acid in form of the acyl coenzyme A, they are transferred by the carnitine transport system from cytosol to mitochondria. The acyl coenzyme A, after into the transfer into the mitochondria, they are converted into the trans-amino coenzyme A with the help of acyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase enzyme. In that, there is a double bond between the alpha and beta carbon. The trans-enolyle coenzyme A, that is formed by the oxidation of acyl coenzyme A with the help of acyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase enzyme. In that, the coenzyme and the FAD is required. The trans-enolyle coenzyme A, which is converted into the beta hydroxyacyl coenzyme A with the help of enolyle coenzyme A hydratase enzyme. The hydration reaction, the double bond between the alpha and beta carbon, they are removed and gives the single bond, that is the beta hydroxyacyl coenzyme A. This beta hydroxyacyl coenzyme A enters into the oxidation cycle, and after the oxidation, with the help of beta hydroxyacyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase enzyme, it is converted into the beta ketoacyl coenzyme A, and the formation of the NADH. The NADH, that is the oxidative phosphorylation. This beta-ketoacyl coenzyme A, after that reaction there is a cleavage of the acetyl coenzyme A, two moiety of the acetyl coenzyme A with the help of thiolase enzyme. 2 carbon acetyl coenzyme A remove from the acyl coenzyme A. The product, that is the acyl coenzyme A, that is having the 2 carbon less with the original one. So this acyl coenzyme A enter into the beta oxidation cycle, and until the totally oxidation of the fatty acid occurs, they enter into the oxidation cycle and gives the acetyl coenzyme A. This acetyl coenzyme A that is utilized into the TCA cycle, that is the Krebs cycle. Oxidation of the palmitoyl coenzyme A. In the oxidation of the palmitoyl coenzyme A, the palmitoyl coenzyme A, the utilization of the 7 coenzyme A, 7-FAD plus, 7-NAD plus and the 7 water molecules. In that it gives 8-acetyl coenzyme A, 7-FADH2, 7-NADH and the 7H plus. The palmitoyl coenzyme may undergo the 7th cycle of the beta oxidation to yield 8-acetyl coenzyme A. Acetyl coenzyme A can enter into the citric acid cycle and completely oxidize to the carbon dioxide and the water molecule. So this is the energetics of the palmitoyl coenzyme A. Reactions of the palmitoyl coenzyme A oxidation. The palmitoyl coenzyme A, that is, for its completely oxidation, it undergoes the 7th cycle of the beta oxidation stages, that is the oxidation, hydration, oxidation and the cleavage one. From that 7th cycle, it gives the 8-acetyl coenzyme A. This acetyl coenzyme A enter into the citric acid cycle. After that enters into the citric acid cycle of acetyl coenzyme A, they completely oxidize into the carbon dioxide moiety and the water molecule. The energetics of the beta oxidation. The beta oxidation 7th cycle of the palmitoyl coenzyme A, the 7-FADH2, there enters into the electron transport chain. As we know, FADH2 gives the 2 ATP during the ETC, electron transport chain. So 7 into 2, that is the 14. Next 7-NADH, that is getting when the beta oxidation of the palmitoyl. In that the NADH liberate the 3 ATP in the electron transport chain. So 7 into 3, that is the 21 ATP. Next, the 8-acetyl coenzyme A. In that the acetyl coenzyme A, they are enter into the citric acid cycle. The oxidation of this acetyl coenzyme A, it gives the 12 ATP. That means 1 acetyl coenzyme A, when enter into the TCA cycle and completely oxidize into the carbon dioxide moiety and the water moiety, it gives the 12 ATP. So each acetyl coenzyme A gives the 12 ATP. So 8 ATP gives the 96 ATPs. The total energy from one molecule of the palmitoyl coenzyme A, that is the 131, and the utilization for the activation, it utilizes the 2 ATP, so minus 2. So net yield of the ATP in the one molecule of the palmitate, that means palmitoyl coenzyme A, that is the 129 ATP. So energetics of the beta oxidation, in that the beta oxidation during the 7th cycle, 7-FADH and the 7-NADH, A gives 7-FADH gives the 14 ATP, 7-NADH gives the 21 ATP. Then formation of the acetyl coenzyme A, that is the 8-acetyl coenzyme A, when enter into the citric acid, it gives the 96 ATP. So the total energy, that is the 131 produced during the beta oxidation of the palmitoyl coenzyme A, and the utilization for the activation, that is the 2 ATP. 2 ATP required for the activation of the fatty acid, so minus 2, so it gives the 129 ATP during the beta oxidation of palmitoyl coenzyme A. Next, regulation of the beta oxidation, the availability of the free fatty acids. Availability of the free fatty acids which regulate the net utilization through beta oxidation. The level of the free fatty acid, that is controlled by the glucagon and the insulin ratio. The glucagon increase the free fatty acid level and insulin has the opposite effect. That means insulin decrease the free fatty acid level. The availability of the free fatty acid which regulate the beta oxidation of the fatty acids. This free fatty acid controlled by the glucagon and the insulin ratio. Glucagon increase the free fatty acid level and insulin they oppose the effect. That means they decrease the free fatty acid level. CAT1, that means carnitine acyltransferase 1, the regulator of the entry of the fatty acid into mitochondria. As we know, CAT1 they transfer the acyl group from the acyl coenzyme A and transfer into the mitochondria. So the malonyl coenzyme A that inhibits the CAT1 activity. So during the de novo synthesis of the fatty acid, the beta oxidation is inhibited because malonyl coenzyme A is formed during the de novo synthesis of the fatty acid. During this process, the beta oxidation, that is the inhibited by the malonyl coenzyme A. Next, the disorders, sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS. The unexpected death of the healthy infants, usually overnight, due to the deficiency of the medium chain acyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase enzyme. Glucose is the principal source of the energy soon after eating or the feeding for the babies. In the beta oxidation of the fatty acid, the disorder, that is sudden infant death syndrome, that is seen in the mostly in the infants. Suddenly unexpected death of the healthy infants, usually overnight, seen in these disorder, due to the deficiency of the acyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase enzyme. After that, glucose, that is the principal source of the energy which is utilize the energy. The glucose, that is the available after the eating or the feeding for the babies. After the few hours, glucose level and its utilize the decreases and rate of the fatty acid oxidation must simultaneously increases to meet the energy needs. In our body, whenever glucose level is high, they utilize as the energy in the glucose form. When it utilizes and decreases one, our body, the fatty acid oxidation they utilize for the energy. So they simultaneously increase this fatty acid oxidation in body and gives the energy whenever it needs. The sudden death in the infants is due to the blockade in the beta oxidation caused by the deficiency of medium chain acyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase enzyme. The SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome, that is occurs due to the blockage of the beta oxidation. Why blockage of the beta oxidation? Because the medium chain acyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase enzyme, there is a deficiency one in the beta oxidation. So there is a sudden death in the infants occurs. Next, Jamaican vomiting syndrome. The Jamaican vomiting syndrome, that is characterized by the severe hypoglycemia, vomiting, conversion, coma, and the death. The severe hypoglycemia, that means there is a decreasing of the glycemia. It is caused by the eating unripe ackee fruit contains the unusual toxin amino acid hypoglycin A. This inhibits the enzyme acyl coenzyme dehydrogenase and beta oxidation of fatty acid is blocked, which leads to various complications. The Jamaican vomiting syndrome, most of it, the symptoms are there. There is a hypoglycemia, vomiting, conversion, and patient goes into the coma and sudden death also occur. The Jamaican vomiting sickness that is caused by the eating of fruit, that is the ackee fruit, which contain the toxic amino acid, that is the hypoglycin. This hypoglycin that inhibit the enzyme which is required for the beta oxidation, that is the acyl coenzyme dehydrogenase enzyme. So inhibition of this enzyme acyl coenzyme dehydrogenase, beta oxidation of the fatty acid is blocked, so the leading to the various complication in the body. The abnormalities in the transport of the fatty acid in mitochondria and defect in the oxidation leads to deficient energy production by oxidation of the long chain fatty acid. The abnormalities, the transported of the fatty acid, whenever transportation of the fatty acid into cytosol from the cytosol to the mitochondria with the help of Carnitine system, if there is a defect in this, so there is a deficient in the energy production by the oxidation of the long chain fatty acids. The features of the Jamaican vomiting sickness, that is a hypoglycemia, hyperammonemia, weakness, liver disease. The acyl carnitine accumulates when the transferase translocase is deficient. Dietary supplement of the carnitine improve the conditions. In the Jamaican vomiting sickness, the acyl carnitine accumulates when the transferase, that is a translocase protein, is deficient one. When the dietary supplement with the help of carnitine is improve the condition of Jamaican vomiting sickness. So these are the disorder of the beta oxidation of the fatty acid chain, and the oxidation of the beta oxidation of the fatty acid is the oxidation of the alpha and the beta carbon of the fatty acid, and these are the its disorder. Thank you.